Stark, Main & Co are a UK award-winning firm of chartered tax advisors and accountants committed to offering high-quality tax and business advisory services. With a committed and professional team, we have the focus and drive to help you change the numbers which are important to you. We are proud of the difference we can make together.
Two away wins for Gala and Melrose yesterday sees the top two local teams both in the top three of the Premiership. Lee Miller celebrated his birthday on Friday with another good day with the boot, scoring 6 penalties and 2 conversions against Curry to take him flying past the 100 points mark for the season. Gala won the game 37-20, with 3 tries scored by George and Gary Graham, plus, for the second week on the trot, a penalty try. To post back-to-back wins against Curry in their own backyard is an excellent achievement. Melrose, meanwhile, scored a bonus point win at Aberdeen Grammar, running out 34-25 winners. Nick McGrath, Bruce Colvin, Lewis Mallon and Gary Holborn all scored tries, with Bruce Colvin and Joe Helps kicking the rest of the points. With Ayr getting their 6th win out of 6 at home to Heriot 17-13, they stay top of the table with 27 points. Gala are on 23, Melrose have 20. Into the National League, and Hawick came from 11-3 down at Kelso to win the local derby 22-17. Lee Armstrong was on fire with 5 penalties and a conversion of Nick McTaggart's try, while Kelso managed a bonus point thanks to a Richard Minto try and 4 penalties from Murray Hasty. Reaction first from Hawick's Rory Hutton.
Played some nice rugby to watch and that this season, but to grind out a result like that, it's pleasing, even though we've not performed well, but to get the 4 points at the end, we can't really argue. In the back of the mind there is the thought that you've got the win and you can play in our half, but we needed to keep the ball a bit more in the first half, and we coughed up a lot of balls, so that was disappointing that we gave them some easy scores, but to get down there, turn the screw and come away with a win, it's pleasing.
Kelso skipper is Chris Riddle.
Always tough against Hawick, it's a local derby, and these games are never easy. Some people say like form goes out the window with these type of games, and whoever's up for it generally gets it. But first half we done well. We was up at half time and we got together at half time, says look, we need to keep the pressure on, but Hawick came strong into the second half. We gave away too many penalties, and Armstrong was knocking them out from all over the shop, but definitely penalty count was too high. But hopefully we'll push on for next week and try and cut these penalty counts out like so.
Also in the National League, Jed Forrest went down 51-14 at table toppers Glasgow Hawks. Ewan Scott scored 2 tries, both converted by Ian Chisholm. Selkirk lost for the second week in succession against Watsonians at Mireside. They managed 3 tries from Clement LaCour, Mike McVie and Gavin Craig, with Rory Banks converting 1. The National League table has Hawks at the top on 29. Watsonians are second with 25, and the two are opening up a bit of a gap, with Hawick leading the chasing pack. They're now into 3rd place on 18, with Selkirk also on 18 slipping to 4th. Kelso, they're 7th, and Jed, I'm afraid, at the bottom. Into Championship B, and Hawick YM pulled off a big shock by toppling runaway unbeaten leaders Musselburgh with a well-deserved 15-13 victory. John Coots kicked all of YM's points with 5 penalties, and their 4 points puts them above Peebles into 3rd place. The match marked the final game for Wally Blacklock in a YM jersey, although there are many who think he may return later in the season. If it was the end, though, he certainly went out in style with a superb win.
It was ugly rugby. It was just Pickering going around the corner. On a day like this, Jamie said before the game, it's not a game for kickers. We must have had about 80 or 90% of the ball in the first half, and they didn't like that because every ball they got, they had to clear. For me, that was the telling point. We took so much out of them in the first half because our set piece was so dominant. I still think we could have used the wind a bit better, but then the result stands as it is, and they'll go home as they did last year in the league and again licking their wounds basically.
Peebles lost at Howe 5 by 34 points to 23. Among the try scorers were Connor Blythe and Ryan McConnell, and interestingly enough, Peebles are at home to Hawick YM next Saturday in our feature game on Radio Borders. The two sides, of course, having their private battle to see who finishes 7th ranked team in the Borders. The East League results from yesterday: Division 1, Duns 40, RHC 18, North Berwick 37, Berwick 22, Preston Lodge 43, Langham 15. Division 2, Dalkeith 31, Hawick Harlequins 3, Edinburgh Northern 32, Hawick Lindeen 48, Galloway M 19, Forrester 19, Trinity Accies 18, Earlston 27. In Division 3, Walkerburn's game at Pennycook was postponed, while St Boswell suffered their first defeat of the season, going down 28-20 at home to Inverleith. Well, for the latest Borders Rugby news, results, audio, video, stats and rankings, go to bordersrugby.net.